Okay, I go again. How many points is this? Let's say 60,000 points. And let me put that down. 60 instead of 64. Let me just make it 60. Then how many points do I have from here to where the current market is? Can you see that? What I can see here is 208, 208, 2223. So what I have is this 2082. Now I need a calculator to do this. So 2082 I divide by 60. Oops. Do you see what I'm saying? No, I need to double check this. I need to double check this. Yeah. It's 4 figures after. Yes, yeah, I'm correct. So this is a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 34. Guys, what is the problem with the touch strategy? We have 1 to 34 here, and here we have 1 to 5 each. I can always beat my chest on this. Trend line, touch strategy will give you, is all you need to know if you want to make money on this business. Imagine you're risking $5 for this. Do you know what your profit would be by now? That is 5 multiplied by 34. And now you have $170 here. Okay, this is for V100. So we've seen how easy it is for us to analyze the market using all the different time frames available for us. Now, some persons may say, how can I start from monthly time frame when I have a little equity? It doesn't matter at all. This is how the professionals do it. And if you want to become a professional, you have to follow what they do. Let's try another VIX. Okay, this is 25 and we are monthly time frame. So what do we do on the monthly time frame? We look for overall direction of the market. So where is the direction of this market? It is heading down. Is that not? Fine. First assignment done. Now we go over to the second one. We plot area of support and resistance levels. So we do that on weekly. I go to weekly. This is weekly. So I begin to plot. This is a support. And you can see this is a resistance. Here is a resistance. And this is a resistance. This is a support. So this is a valid support and resistance. Then another thing, look at this. momentum candlestick that breaks this support and resistance level. So we go again. If you look at this place, look at this, three of them here, they're all resistances. So we are good. We go again. Can we find something here? Yes, we can. You see this, despite going below and coming right above it. This can be referred to as fake out. Can you see this? So that is a valid S&R. So can we find another one? Can we find major support and resistance? Yeah. Remember, we're on the weekly time frame. By the time we go down to 4 hours, it's going to be obvious. We are seeing something happening to price here. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just reactions. Now, can we find another one here? Yeah. You can see I'm checking the lows from my left. You have to consider the lows to your left. Resistance, this is support. Okay, we've talked about this. This is support, resistance, then broke the resistance with a strong momentum candlestick. Support, then broke this with a momentum candlestick and broke this with a momentum candlestick. So we are good to go. So these are the past support and resistance. Now here is price now. Let's go towards price and place our support and resistance, because that's what we need. So you can see here we have two. So this is actually adjustable. You can have one here, but let's just leave this one here. So we are done with W1. So we go down to D1 and find in the most immediate trend. So before we forget, this is a downtrend. So everything here we have to be downtrend. So we'll move over to D1 or daily time frame. So we're on D1 and you can see that our chart is beginning to make sense. Let me zoom out a little bit. At D1, we now identify the most immediate trend. Looking at this chart right now, I can see something here. Looking at this chart right now, I can see an immediate trend. Now, I want to do something. Do you see that? I'm trying to adjust this. And do you see what I'm seeing? What I can see here is actually a touch strategy. And if you understand what we've been doing by analyzing different time frames, you will see that we have our first touch here, and our second touch here, and our third touch here. So what we do here is as simple as ABC. We sell, but we have to go down to H4, H1. So this is how we do this. I move down to H4. Now what can I see here? I see noise. So what I'm trying to let us know here is that we have the power to adjust the time frames and take a buy or sell trade where we find the chart very meaningful. Here, I find this chart meaningful on D1, but I'm supposed to take my trade on H4. So I'm going to walk through both time frames and see what I can find out. Why this side was going up, we had a trend line supporting the up movement, and price touched the trend line 3 times. But because we have a trend line coming down, we don't take our trade here because this is a kind of a small region. We have to wait for either this trend line to be broken or this trend line to be broken, and that's what happened here. The trend line got broken here, and the trend line got broken here, and there's a strategy known as the breakout strategy which can help us to enter this trade. That strategy is from our 3rd and 4th stage of our course outline, but I still want to go down to H4 because H4 or H1 is supposed to be our entry time frame. So let's go down to H4. So on getting here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for adjust the trend line, and I can see something here. This was a contact and this was a contact. So what happened is that the touch strategy started from this place, despite hitting this portion. Although it came down, but the uptrend here reversed the market. So let's take for instance, you had to enter this market here. You have to sell from here. Where should be your next? Look at your previous low or previous support. So your take profit should be here as well. I'll just tell you, look at your left, you will see your major support and resistance level. That's where you're going to place your take profit. So what happened is that market came here, went up, and here we had another touch. So let's discuss on this touch now. Let's discuss on that touch. Here is a shooting star, and here is a momentum candlestick. Momentum candlestick means the market is about to take a long journey. If you can see, the length of this candlestick is longer than this one is longer than every other candlestick around there. So this also tells us that price stopped on the trend line, could not go above it, so price is beginning to come down. So if I were to catch this, I'll place my stop loss here and my entry here, or at the close of this momentum candlestick. Then also for the breakout strategy, this will be a trigger candlestick. Now let's go down to H1. Despite seeing our entry, but let's go down to H1. What can we see here? You saw a trigger candlestick here for us to sell. This is a bearish engulfing candlestick. And here we notice some rejections. You can see we have one rejection here. This is a doji, rejection, rejection, rejection. When you see 5 or 4 rejections on an area of value such as a trend line, you should know that the market is about to do something. So I can go on and explain and begin to explain everything right from H4, H1, and even 15 minutes. Let's check that out. 15 minutes. So we're here on 15 minutes. This was our first entry and this was our last entry. So here on 15 minutes, we experienced a double top. It's a double top. And double top means price can no longer go beyond the first resistance. So these two candles here would have given us the reason to sell, or these two candlesticks could have given us a reason to sell as well. This is a harami, bearish harami. You can as well consider this. The reason we have to consider so many things is that you can meet the market anywhere. This is a red candle closing here, followed by another red candle. So we've seen why we should sell here from different time frames. And look at that. Up to now, we're still moving in a nice downtrend. So now this is a peak. This is a peak. Now we're going to wait for price to come back to the trend line, and we wait for a reversal candlestick pattern such as bearish engulfing or a doji, and a red candlestick for us to sell again. So I believe I've been able to throw more light on this entry. This is what professionals do. And coming back to the daily time frame, our next big take profit should be, I will consider this. It should be this level, or you should consider take profit here or this level. When price gets to this place, we wait to see the outcome before we know if price is going to bounce up or break this one and bounce up. And when that happens, we wait to also see what happens here. If price is going to break it or price is going to still come down to this place. So the market is all about watching, placing your trade, come back, check what is going on, and you know what next to do. So I believe you've been able to understand how to analyze the chart from the highest time frame down to your entry time frame. Like I always say, if you want to make something out of this business, you have to do the right thing. You have to stop gambling. So I will see you on the next one.